The industry is growing. I believe that within the next 10 years, as far as military and law enforcement applications go, the suppressors will be the norm, not the exception. And I think as that grows and you get more acceptance in the industry with suppressors being used, just like we saw with military-style semi-auto rifles, the more accepted they become, the more the public wants them. I think we'll see the same thing with suppressors, so it's onward and upward for the suppressor. The next question was alternatives to thread mounts due to legislation. That's something everybody's going to be aware of. I think that the SACR and the technology behind the MAD mount gives Silencerco a competitive advantage for the future if there were any kind of legislation regarding threaded barrels or attachment methods. The SACR is certainly the most adaptable silencer in the world in terms of mounting solutions. So that's always something that's a consideration in R&D. The next question was wet medium research. You know, we've played a lot with wet mediums, and Mike runs some wet cans. We've designed a couple of super small grease pack wet cans, but we don't have any plans to introduce a wet silencer to the market at any time in the near future. Dry seems to be the way the market wants it, and that's where all of our focus is on dry technology. So, next question, what has been the most interesting development in Silencerco technology? Every time we develop something new and interesting, I think it's the most interesting. As we move forward, I'm kind of a fan of rifle silencers. That's sort of the market segment that interests me, is rifle silencers. So the technology that's in the SACR, I think, is pretty revolutionary, pretty groundbreaking. So I'm pretty excited about the three features of the SACR that make it different, and I'm excited to see where that develops and goes out as more and more manufacturers contact us and want to make accessories for the SACR. So that's pretty exciting. Next question was, how much R&D is trial and error, and how much is calculation? I would tell you that it's all trial and error, and it's all calculated. Every silencer that we make and test, we think is going to be the next big thing. Usually it ends up not being. We have to make something else. So it's all trial and error, and it's all calculated trial and error. So that's probably the best way I can answer that question. Best path for a college student. I'm assuming that is someone asking about getting into the silencer industry. Anybody with an engineering degree that's interested in guns, I think in the near future will probably be able to get a job. Machinists, if you want to be a machinist, the silencer industry will look at you. If your goal is to sell silencers, then there's no better college than a gun store and sell an NFA. College degree doesn't mean a heck of a lot in terms of sales in this industry. So that's what I'd have to say about that. Next question was, if silencers are removed from the NFA registry, would you offer a cheaper product? Well, I guess that would depend on what the market wants. Our products are designed the way that we want them designed, not necessarily to fit a specific price model or niche. We build the product that we want to build. We price it where we have to price it to be able to continue R&D and to manufacture it and make a profit. We are capitalists. So I don't really know. If the market wouldn't bear an expensive can, we would make a less expensive can, I suppose. But we're not into cheapening the product. We make the finest quality centerfire rifle silencers available. If you look at the European model, their silencers are shit. American silencers are the best silencers on the planet. That is somewhat due to the fact that the NFA registry exists and the tax stamp exists. So we have the best silencers in the world. I hope it stays that way. I hope that obviously it would be beneficial for gun rights and for all involved if silencers were not NFA. Whether that means people would just buy cheap silencers or not, I don't know. The market would have to see. I know I wouldn't buy a cheap silencer even without the tax. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Would silencers stay at a premium? I think I've answered that. Any or all or a combination, I think I've answered that. The next question was premium silencers possible? I think I answered that in the last question as well. I think that the market there will always be a market position for premium products. Mercedes still sells cars even though they're Geometros. So I think there'll always be a position in the market for a premium product. The next question was lager versus IPA. And what's the preferred malty beverage? The answer to that is that among the drinking public at Silencerco, the general consensus is that beer is for high schoolers, and we drink the good products of the people of Lynchburg, Tennessee, Old Number 7 Jack Daniels. And that's it.
All right.